This morning, we are kicking off our week of coverage leading up to International Women's Day on Friday with a prominent Democrat exploring a presidential run. On the road to 2020, we are talking to current and prospective candidates about important issues that affect the country. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand of New York spent years fighting sexual assault and harassment in the military and on college campuses. She is also pushing for a national paid family and medical leave policy and legislation to address the country's high rate of maternal deaths. Senator Gillibrand, good morning.
Good morning.
I know you have announced an exploratory committee, but when will you let us know if you're officially running for president?
Now's a good time to say one way or the other.
Well, I've been taking time to travel around the country to talk to people about what's on their minds. And I realize that what's happening in this country is devastating. I mean, President Trump has created such division, such darkness, such hate, and we need someone who's going to restore what's been lost, that moral integrity, that leadership in the world. And I'm running because as a mom of young kids, I really think we need a president that will fight for other people's children, their communities, their families in the same way you would fight for your own.
Do you expect to actually run against Donald Trump if you become the nominee, or do you think he'll be impeached by the Democratic Party before then?
I expect to run against Donald Trump, but I think what we need right now is the Mueller investigation to be completed, to have the report made public. We have hearings in the House of Representatives that will create transparency and accountability on issues of collusion, on issues of obstruction, on issues of fraud and election fraud. Those are the types of issues that the American people want clarity on.
And would you vote for impeachment of the president?
Well, that's an issue for the House to decide. And so after they complete their investigations, and we heard from several of the committee chairmen, they will decide what the facts are and reveal it to us. And then if they do impeachment proceedings, then it comes to the Senate, and then you are in charge of basically holding a trial.
Do you think you have the support of your own party, though, yet, Senator? Because it's still the talk of dinner party conversations about Senator Gillibrand, that she flips and she flops, that she betrayed the Clintons, that she seems to go with whatever the wind is blowing. I know you've heard that. How do you feel about that, and how do you address it?
Well, it's certainly not my record. It's not who I am. It's true that my first election was in a 2-to-1 Republican district in upstate New York. And I was able to run that campaign on getting out of Iraq and Medicare for all, but still won a 2-to-1 Republican district and won a re-election by a 24-point margin. Then becoming senator of New York, I've been able to bring the state together, the red, purple, and blue areas, with the highest vote threshold in the history of the state at 72%, higher than anyone who's ever run statewide, including presidential candidates. And so the truth is, I am the best candidate to run against President Trump because I can bring this country back together. I can not only inspire the base on progressive issues that I'm running on, like actually passing a Green New Deal, Medicare for all, health care is a right, not a privilege, but also being able to reach out to those red and purple voters to be heard and to have them come to the table and be represented.
Let me ask you this question, though. You're a senator. The environment that you would like to have all those things happen, the Green New Deal, Medicare for all, paid family leave, you're in the Senate, you know what it's like. Is there any chance in the world that such things are going to pass? You talk about bringing people together. Yeah. Barack Obama talked about that. George W. Bush talked about that. And the country has only gotten more partisan. Why are you going to be successful where people have failed miserably on that front?
Because I'm already successful. I've passed the 9/11 health bill unanimously twice. I'm going to pass it unanimously again because I have co-sponsors like Cory Gardner, a Republican. You have Tom Cotton sponsoring it, this third bill. This last Congress with the Republican House, Senate, and President, I passed 18 bills. To do that, John, you have to find common ground. You have to be able to reach across the aisle, listen, find out where you agree, and build from there. And sometimes it's small issues like, more money for rural broadband. But sometimes it's big issues like repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell, a civil rights issue which I got done. And so what you need is someone who understands where their constituents lie so you can find the common ground, bring them together, and actually get legislation passed.
So briefly, you think there's common ground on a Green New Deal and Medicare for all? You think you can get Republican votes for that?
Yes.
In this modern Republican
Can I tell you why? Because I believe it. So the Green New Deal is three things. These are not new ideas. It is infrastructure, which is widely bipartisan. More money for mass transit, more money for electric grids, more money for rural water supplies, roads, bridges, everything. The second piece of the Green New Deal is jobs. It's all about training people to do wind, solar, geothermal, hydropower, biofuels. And we do that in New York. We have amazing SUNY schools where 98% of the graduates have 3 or more job offers, and all they teach is green energy, LEED certified building materials. It works. And the third part of the Green New Deal is clean air and clean water. And I can't think of a more universal issue. When you go to upstate New York, they have pollution because of PFOA and PFAS. The same thing's true in New Hampshire. You go to a place like Iowa, they have nitrates in their water because of farming. No matter where you go to Michigan, they have horrible pollution in their water. It doesn't matter if it's an inner city or a rural area. It's something that binds us. And being a mother, back to the whole point of this week we're in, it's the thing that we all have in common. We love our children. We don't want our children to be poisoned by the water they drink or the air that they breathe.
Well, based on this brief conversation this morning, I'm confused about what you're waiting for to officially announce it. Sounds like you laid out a pretty good plan right here, Senator.
The website is being built. Right?
Yes, right. It's all coming. It's all coming, Gayle.
Yes.
And it's soon enough.
I know this won't be our last conversation.
I do believe, because we need someone that's going to heal this country. We need someone who's going to listen and empathize and want to solve the problems your family's facing, no matter where you live, red, purple, or blue. And I'm the only person running who's actually done that over and over and over again in a diverse state like New York.
Senator, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's great to have you on set.
Come back.
We need it. Yeah, we'll continue this.
Yeah, to be continued.